Hello, you guys. How are you guys? Oh my gosh. So I had that. Usually I do that for a minute. So it gives people like a second to get notified and come in and all of that. Well, I had started it, but I never hit go live. So I let it run through the countdown. I let it go through the intro. I put the background music on. Went and got Bentley situated. He had to pee right before, like right as we're going live, and I got him a little snack tray. And then I look and I see it still says go live, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, you guys. Hello, allegedly with Brittany J. Thank you, by the way, about my background. It's just for when I do summer. I can show you how to do it too, Brittany, since you have your new channel. You can change your background, but on whatever case you're doing. Hey, Mark. Hello, Stephanie. Hey, Woofy. Hey, Shar. Hello, Yenny. How are you guys? Shannon's Copper. Good morning. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Hey, Punksy, which I think I saw you said you were going to turn it on your TV. Yeah, I definitely will. You can change them. I change mine out like based on whatever. I'll show you real quick, just because it takes people a second to get notified, and then I'll get into what I was going to talk about. But okay, so like last night for Valentine's Day, I changed it to this. For Delphi, I used the fridge, Watts Island, Suzanne Morphew, which you can't really see her. Then I have some regular ones I use for like regular true crime news and stuff like that. But yeah, you can kind of just make it unique based on what you're talking about. So, hey, Broken Dishes. Hey, Melissa Martin. Hey, Misdemeanor. Broken Justice. Um, so today we're going to do, like the title says, part 3 of Jody Sue. But this is going to be a really interesting part. So I told you guys before in part 1 and part 2, we went through her. Oh, you love your shirt. Yay. I'm so happy to hear that. We went through Jody Sue's Facebook, and we went through what she posts now. We went through what she was posting at the time Summer went missing. We also went through her interview with the news. We went through a lot of her live streams on her Facebook. Today, we're going to go through other people's videos, some of which she's in, some of which are about her, and they're clipping things that she said. And it's going to be really interesting. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I pulled up like three different videos because one's kind of long. I think it's going to be fun. Yeah, how are you, Cheryl? How are you feeling? I'm so glad you love your shirt. And Xantor sent me a shirt from home to do. I just figured it'd be better to go, or like sometimes I go live during the day instead of in the evenings, and not really. I don't know. It can be easier, but that way this evening I can just kind of kick back and do some other things, which I'm gonna have a members only video that'll go up. Um, yeah, I love this deep dive. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for doing it with me. I love it too, and it's kind of like what I would do by myself. And then, to do it together and kind of have the conversation around it is really interesting. Not to mention, and in this video, she will, one of these, I believe, she's going to discuss the day Summer went missing. So don't forget, this is the neighbor who heard the animalistic scream, was on the news, heard a scream right before Summer went missing. She also claims to have seen a car come up the driveway, a weird car, not your typical car that she's used to seeing. And she says that it's weird because of the paint, like it's not got a glossy finish. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Karen. Okay, let's just go ahead and start with some of the short clips that are kind of shocking. There's some weird stuff here. So, and let me say, and we saw this on her Facebook. Jody Sue used to be friends with the Wells, and she shared text messages with her and Candace and different things like that. The friendship dissolved whenever she claims that they asked her to lie and say that Dawn hadn't been showering with Summer. And Jody said, basically, red flag. No, I'm not going to lie. Why would you want me to lie about that? And now they're on the out. But it's so interesting to have someone who knows them, not just a local, because we've seen even one of my friends is a local who's met them and has a really interesting story too. If you guys hadn't heard that, I have some videos on it with Coat of Many Colors. But she, met them at a prayer vigil, and the Jody Sue not only met them, but she's known them for a long time, and she's been, intertwined into this hillside for a while. You know, got it. Today actually makes 8 months since she went missing. I know that Kelly from CDT has a live scheduled for this afternoon. You know, titled "It's Been 8 months." First one we want to look at is this one. So this was posted February 2nd, and actually the other one was posted February 2, just a couple of days ago. So I won't be able to see the chat for just a minute, but I'll be right back to it.
One, while taking attention off his own goddamn drug dealers and shit. Fucking night Summer fucking vanished, and he was already trying to sling it at people we all knew wasn't capable of this shit from minute one. While taking attention off his own goddamn drug dealers and shit. Trying to sling it at people in Beach Creek and imaginary bad neighbor and then imaginary bad neighbors. Anybody else that would stick on day after day after day.
And from watching her videos, let me say, because we need to pause it anyways to be fair use. I could talk as it goes, but she doesn't often have like this anger attitude. So I was kind of surprised to see that. A lot of times she's real relaxed.
I told him that night when everybody left the goddamn command post, I said, Dawn.
So she's talking about Dawn, right? And she's talking about the night when Summer went missing, and the command post, I'm assuming, would be like where they had all gathered out to discuss where they were searching.
Please don't hurt her. She didn't, she didn't mean...
Meaning Candace.
She didn't mean for us to, like, I told him, he said, it's fine, I'm not going to do anything. I know she didn't do anything, and I was like, please just don't hurt her. And he promised me he wouldn't lay a fucking hand on her. And that dead ass quiet on that goddamn road that night when everybody else left me and all of us alone, he promised me he wouldn't fucking lay a hand on her.
It's interesting, but I mean, can you imagine if your significant other lets your baby run off somewhere or get kidnapped? Oh, I'd be mad as hell. I don't know how you would contain me and keep me from freaking just completely losing it. If you can't even be responsible enough to keep your damn eyes on my baby, Bentley don't go. He's not allowed outside with eyes off of him. He has to be in sight at all times. Someone has to be out there with him or like at the window watching him. And I just I bet it would be an
really
emotional roller coaster.
I'm about to stroke the fuck out.
She said her heart really can't take this. It would be hard. I mean, emotional
That
roller
piece
coaster.
fucking shit. We're all about to have a chat about what transpired, what everybody on here's been wanting for so many fucking days.
Okay.
What half of this shit show and the manipulation of me was about. But you know what? We're getting ready to give it my fucking opinion attached.
All right, girl, give it to us.
And fucking dipshit on the other fucking hill that Dawn needs to go jerk off and beat on. Maybe we can fucking beat on each other. Like, seriously. Fucking beating on them. I don't give a fuck if she's drunk. I don't give a fuck if he's drunk.
So maybe this, I'm assuming this took place, this recording, very recently when Dawn was arrested. Remember, last month, Candace had to call on Dawn for domestic.
Oh, and then my favorite part today, finding a baby shoe in the fucking car under the floorboard, so that tells me it wasn't wrong about new kids being around fucking Voldemort either, and possibly fucking his.
That is something I wanted you guys to hear. I'm going to rewind it. She's talking about here, her ex, the one she calls Voldemort, who some people have wondered if he could be wrapped up in this too. There's theories that this could be a community-wide trafficking thing happening. You know what I mean? We don't know, but still interesting. Found a baby shoe in his car.
Oh, and then my favorite part today, finding a baby shoe in the fucking car under the floorboard, so that tells me it wasn't wrong about new kids being around fucking Voldemort either, and possibly fucking his. So there's another kid walking to be fucking abused or killed by another motherfucking abuser.
Aww.
But nobody's gonna give a shit until...
I told you guys, today it's gonna get... Trigger warning, by the way. Sorry.
Nobody gives a shit about these kids until...
I do find it to be really important we don't censor these conversations. So...
Not the women until... They have no idea how these goddamn abusers work and the shit they're capable of. And then to think that this motherfucker might be working with Keys and them, and maybe that was the end goal. And then here comes Cher out tonight with saying that there's been money pushed to Donnie, through all this fucking fundraising shit that I know what to believe, because it's like, fuck, otherwise Candace would okay the image if that was right.
True.
Like, so it has to be a setup.
No, that's true. There's actually even YouTubers who have fundraised to help him with commissary and stuff. That's true.
Man, was this also maybe Don could get fucking money? I hate fucking YouTube. And I really fucking hate humanity tonight.
Aw, this is sad.
But I know what I really don't like, and that's...
You guys, I can't help but like her. I think she's genuine, artist. Like, she's just... I don't know. She's deep, and she's been through it. She has had a very tough life, especially with her ex and the abuse that she's endured and very openly talked about. And I believe that all this was summer, and then that combined, it's got to be a lot, right? And she's got so much attention on her. She does. I don't know.
The motherfucker laying hands on
Still
somebody,
can't see
whether
your
they are
comments, but I'll
fucking
be right
drunk,
there in just a sec.
guilty, not guilty. I've told you from the beginning, I don't care who the fuck's guilty, as long as there's proof and they get prosecuted. I don't care who it is. I'm not trying to protect anybody, but you don't lay your goddamn hands on a woman or children. And none of these goddamn cops or anybody else, they don't care. They don't care.
Oh.
And everybody thinks me convolute the domestic violence with. No, that's how these fucking children get gone.
And they don't care. Think about Don. He just now was finally locked up for probation violation, but how many times has he been in trouble? How many times have the cops been called out there for domestic and shit? There's just so many times that they turn their head and look the other way.
Y'all talk about the fucking lifestyle. You talk about how shitty appearances are. Well,
hell, look
statistics say that children are most likely taken, kidnapped, molested from.
Candace that freaking hasn't even gotten in trouble for giving alcohol and shit to Hunter. How? How has she not gotten in trouble for that? She's openly admitted to the tobacco, which she could get in trouble for. He's admitted to the alcohol. I mean, someone went up there in the wood, like right after, and found twisted tea, empty twisted teas. Is that a coincidence? How come she hasn't been in trouble for that? Some 30-year-old woman gives my 13-year-old baby something like that, and I swear to God, you don't get them in trouble, and I'm telling you, I will. I'll be the one sitting in jail.
Homes just like that. You stop
Anybody
that
gives my
by
baby
cutting
anything,
down on domestic
much less a damn
violence. You
grown-ass woman.
prosecute the men who are most likely to commit crimes against children and women, like Petito, like Summer, by prosecuting the fuck out of them. By taking orders of protection seriously. That's how you fucking stop it. You don't make them.
That's enough of this one, you guys. That's sad. This is going to get deep, y'all. We'll go back through some of your comments. Yeah, it's rough, for sure. Yeah, there's some more, too. Hello, Kelly. We were just talking about your live that's happening this afternoon. I know, Brittany. It's, I don't know. She's referring to someone as of neighbors. She knows this person. So she's talking about a couple different things there. At one point, she was talking about Dawn, and it's all about Dawn. I'm assuming this is when she found out about the recent domestic call, because she goes into the night Summer went missing and how she begged Dawn, don't hurt Candace for losing her, basically. And then she also mentions her ex and finding a baby's shoe in his car. No outside without one of us. Yep. You gotta be that way. Hey, Rana. I don't think Jody Sue knows anything about Summer's disappearance. All she knows is how... I don't think she does either. Now, I know a lot of people are suspicious of her. I'm not. But I still think that her perspective is really valuable to us, because we're trying to... We want that inside look, right? We want the look from not just how you appear to be after Summer goes missing, but how you've been the entire time and how you really are. There really are so many possibilities and theories. The Wells are suspicious, and so are some of the neighbors and friends. Yeah, there's a lot of shady characters, for sure. I think Voldemort is someone else, and her new boyfriend, Voldemort. Voldemort is... I think his name is Andy. Right? It's her ex. Please, she's shady AF. See, some people think that she is, which is okay. Oh, thank you, Kelly, for doing yours today. I was telling him that you had it had been 8 months. Thank you, Yenny. She's really having a hard time. I feel bad for her. She looks more devastated than Candace. There we go, Yenny. That is the freaking comment of the damn day. True. Hey, Raven. Hey, Vicky. She will pay for giving H that crap. I hope so. Oh, hey, Mod Squad. I didn't even see you were messaging. I have the I leave my notifications off for Messenger. So I don't, that's funny though. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Turtle Girl. Broken Dishes. He already said hello to Broken Dishes, but I think she's a bad actor. She knew Don Wells and Candace were never going to stop being abusive towards each other. Ooh. I understand Voldemort to be Andy. Thank you, Kelly. Hi, ladies. Would I be hated if I said I think it's all a show? They all know Don and Candace. Very interesting. No, you won't be hated. You guys can have any opinion you want. We don't need to agree. We should challenge each other. You know? I'm sorry, but I believe her and Andy are one sus. Good morning, Southern Mountain Girl. Your name just makes me feel right at home. Reminds me of that song, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Hey, Tasha. Okay, let's get into this next video that I pulled up. And then I pulled up an interview that she did with a YouTuber that we can kind of watch some of. So that was the one we just watched. Now this one.
Careful when she corrects herself in this conversation.
Okay, so this is a new video that was posted by a YouTuber on the 10th of February, so it's pretty new. It grabbed my attention because of the title, obviously, and I did watch a second of it, but I can't even remember, so we're kind of watching it together.
Careful when she corrects herself in this conversation.
I told him the fucking night Summer fucking vanished and he was already trying to sling at people we all knew wasn't capable of this shit from minute one. While taking attention off his own goddamn drug dealers and shit.
That's a clip from what we just heard.
Trying to sling at people in Beach Creek and imagine.
Who is this guy, you guys?
Imaginary bad neighbor and then imaginary bad neighbors. Anybody else that would stick on day after day after day.
That
told him that when everybody left the god.
That must have been why I saved this, because she was talking about talking to Dawn through Summer going missing. But this is the same audio actually that's in that video. But I did think that the pictures were interesting too. Like, look at Candace with her long hair and Dawn. They actually look quite a lot. They look healthy. Like, look at Dawn. Now when you see him, under his eyes, he has these big puffy bags, and he's just like, I don't know. And also, do you guys not think Dawn looks like just like Summer? He just looks so much like her to me. I can't every time I sit and look at a picture and look at him, really look at him, all I see is Summer.
And post to sit Dawn. Please don't hurt her. She didn't, she didn't mean, no, so please just don't hurt her.
Dawn in his orange.
He promised me he wouldn't leave us alone. He promised me he wouldn't fuck. What transpired?
What transpired?
What everybody on here's been wanting for so many fucking days.
Here it is.
What half of this shit show and the manipulation me was about.
Oh, it's all about you.
What? We're going to give it my fucking opinion attached.
You sure?
And fucking did shit on the other fucking hill that Dawn needs to go jerk off and beat on.
Yeah, we've already heard
Maybe
that. I still want to see the pictures.
So I don't give a fuck.
Tell us about it. Guilty now.
Car into the floor.
Be safe, everyone. Said, be safe, everyone. I just slid into the liquor store again. Okay, I'm going to quit that one because, well, let me do a really quick check, though, just to see, before we watch this interview, if there's any other little things that come up. So she does have a new YouTube channel. This is it. I saw this today when I did a search earlier. I know that she was excited. She said on her Facebook Live she wanted a YouTube channel so that people couldn't steal her content, basically. And she, like, that one's named Number 10, Summer. I did watch a few minutes of it. I didn't really hear about anything really about Summer, like, any more than any other video. So I was confused because there's others too. I saw, like, well, hold on. New suspect, Jody Sue gets strange message. Jody Sue, we're going to watch a little bit of that interview from December. He said Summer died on the Saturday. Who did Jody Sue? Let's see. Let's check this one out just really quick. In her own words, Jody Sue makes shocking statements. It might be the same one. It's from 2 weeks ago.
House. On that piece that I hope falls off the goddamn bank. I hope her greed eats her and everybody else. Had she taken my offer, which is stupid enough to move into fucking Beach Creek in somebody else's fucking yard, because they know they can die. So.
Whoa, hold up. Let's see. I gotta go back just a little bit.
$7,000 to try to build a $500,000 house. On that piece that I hope falls off the goddamn bank. I hope her greed eats her and everybody else. Had she taken my offer, which is stupid enough to move into fucking Beach Creek in somebody else's fucking yard, because they know they can die. So somebody needs to
because they know they can die.
Maybe whisper that for the first time in history of Beach Creek, people are tired of out of fucking staters and out of towners thinking they're going to move the fuck in there and do this bullshit. I've never seen anybody move on top of anybody else that wasn't family inside of the country like this, but here we are. But the point is, people would have made more had they just taken our fucking shit. And none of this would be happening and people wouldn't be in danger. And I really don't give a good
people wouldn't be in danger.
Oh, you know, I mean, irradiated currently and no more babies for me, but too many surgeries couldn't probably help me anyway, and if something's wrong, then smother his fucking pillow.
Oh my God. What the hell?
And no more babies for me, but too many surgeries couldn't probably help me anyway, and if something's wrong, then smother his fucking pillow. Besides, ain't no point in thinking about babies from dying of cancer.
Oh my God, that's okay.
But they sure do smell good. Fresh babies. The one that was 8 months old, they still smell fresh.
They do smell good. Fresh babies.
It's cute. I think we all need to thank the science teachers. Even the weird creepy ones that wanted to date the science. Before one little bastard, fuck that. They ain't got children, because fuck that. And I dare one of the little bastards to stick a toe in mine. That's how I'm gonna play it. I'm not fucking around. So, anyway.
I guess they're saying it's shocking she said one of the little bastards. But we don't know who she's talking about, so, I mean, that means it really doesn't mean anything to me.
Hey, I mean, I don't even like other people's fucking kids. Like, that's the thing. I don't hear it goddamn shit. I don't hear fucking kids screaming and crying and boo-hooing. I will lose my goddamn shit.
Wow. That's a little alarming.
And I guess if they have kids, it's even better than they realize that their kids are going to fall off the goddamn cliff. Think about that. What's going to happen? They have nowhere but that cliff. They're poor kids. They toddle out the door and they're off the fucking cliff. I don't know. Anyway.
Wait, what?
They have nowhere but that cliff. They're poor kids. They toddle out the door and they're off the fucking cliff. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, this shit's getting real weird. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'll burn the goddamn creek down. I'll burn the creek down.
Summer went missing. The neighbors.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Hold on, I gotta see your comments so far through this video, because I think this is a... I'm glad we found it, but it's older. Okay. Why not? How can I find her? During that, she was very worried about all the people coming to the property that was for sale. There's a reason why they get all uptight about that land, maybe several reasons. Yeah, I felt like that OMG too. Jody Sue's new channel is really a chance to get to know her. The people in the chat are on the most part, very intelligent and supportive of her. Awesome. I don't know how long you've been here. This this video is kind of shocking, but before we were talking about how, I was talking about how she's very intelligent, artistic. So I could see that. But yeah, I'll have to go check it out. And you guys check it out too. She said she saw Summer on Sunday and Andrew saw her on Monday. Hey, Mr. Tomato Head, by the way, I hadn't seen you for a while. Oh, you guys. And thank you, Mod Squad and Lynn. And then you said Jinx. That's funny. Okay. There's a reason why they get... Oh, already read that one. Hey, Foxy Lady. Can one of my mods grab the link to her channel? If you type in Jody Sue Brown, it should come up. It did for me. I really can't blame her. I don't say it as bluntly as that, though. I prefer babies and puppies over kids. Yeah, the way she said it was kind of like, wait a minute. You were put in timeout? Oh, no. It may have been an accident. I didn't know they actually have footage of some of the 15 in stores. I have 12 acres in Tennessee. I don't want people I don't know messing around my... No, nobody does. I live in West Virginia, and I grew up on a farm. My parents had like maybe 20 acres, but my grandpa, whose farm it was, had a lot. And no, you don't want anybody on your land. And when you find people messing around on your land, yeah, in the country, you'll get shot. You will. That's just the way it is. You don't go messing around on people. It's just not smart. What she was saying is the kids don't have much room to play. Right out the door is a big hill. That's what I thought she meant right there too. Yeah. I think it was an accident. You didn't say anything wrong. I'm sorry, Sky. Okay, let's finish for a sec. A lot of people don't like kids. You know what I mean? That's just the truth. Other people's kids. A lot of people don't want to hear, even babies. I mean, babies are adorable, but they cry a lot. You know what I mean? And some people just are not that kind of person.
Swears that she and her 2 children heard a scream shortly before they joined the search for a now missing Summer Wells. On the watch and hypervigilant. That's how Jody Sue Brown was the very day Summer Wells went missing.
There's no TV, no noise at all.
Jody brought a plethora of people to their door, confused about which piece of land was for sale, leading to a dispute of property lines.
While we were kind of...
I have always believed her about the scream. I've always believed her about all of it. Why would she lie? Why would her kids lie? These are not little kids either. These are teenagers. And they might show it here in a second because they were a part of this interview. They said that it was animalistic and they heard it clear as day, like loud and clear. So I don't know. And then for the sheriff to come out and say the scream is unfounded, was he in the woods by the house? I really don't understand how he could say that. You guys, if you know how he could say that, let me know, because that makes no sense to me. How can you say the scream was unfounded? Regardless, it could have been a damn mountain lion or anything, but you can't say they didn't hear a scream. You weren't there, or were you there, Ronnie Lawson?
Hyper alert because of property things that had happened the day before. So we were listening for noise. Everything was kind of quiet. While we were out at one point doing survey lines, and there was a flash of a car that went up Candace and Donnie's driveway.
That is what I'm interested in. Now, there was a flash of a car that went up the driveway. She don't say it here, but in another interview, she says it wasn't shiny. She said it stood out to her, basically the way I understood, because it was like a matte finish on the paint, and it just didn't look like anything that she sees regularly coming through there.
Something about it struck me wrong.
She and her family next heard a truck door slamming and dismissed it as their neighbors. The next sound was harder to justify. About an hour and a half before Summer is thought to go missing, Jody Sue, her son, and her daughter heard something far more suspicious. A scream.
Stopped all three of us cold. You know what?
She looks really freaking pretty right there.
It wasn't a dog, it wasn't an animal, and I decided to go out and look and see what we could see. We went back onto the bank, didn't see anything, didn't hear anything. At this point, I start hearing Candace hollering for Summer, and then my brain immediately went, scream earlier, this, uh-oh.
It's the police, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Interviewed numerous times by not only my agency, but the TBI and FBI, and we don't find anything with that complaint or information related to this case.
At another point, he said it was, quote, unfounded, unquote. Summer could have been lured off her property and then someone snatched her and Summer screamed. If you're very sick, you sure don't want to hear it. I love kids, but I have a rare disease. I'm in pain. That's true. And she is ill. She's got some health issues going on. Hey, Debbie. Yeah, I believe her. You really need to listen to many of Jody Sue's lives on Facebook to truly understand her. People are dragging out these clips, but there are so many where she talks very tenderly about the boys. Well, we actually did. Why not? I went back and we went through several of her current lives, and then we went back to June and went through all the lives from then, or all the posts and things from then. Like, I felt like she's a deep person. I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting that. Out on Ben Hill Road, you see Candace. She's like this tomboy, rough and tough, doing drywall, and which is fine. There's nothing wrong with any of it. But that's more of like what I expected out in the country, which is so dumb to expect that, right? There's people all over of all kinds. But when I saw like all the artsy stuff, the poetry, the different aspects of her, I was surprised in a good way, or, not in a bad way. The sheriff is shady. Oh my God, I agree. Other than Jody Sue's channel, you're the only one I currently want to listen to. Oh, thank you. Why not? That's really freaking sweet. That whole thing with Lawson and the scream has always bugged me. Me too. I mean, do we know if Jody Sue told the Wells about the scream on the 15th? See, I don't know about that, but I do know Dawn mentioned it way back. So she did tell him. I just don't know if she told him like that day, the next day. That'd be something to find out. Kelly, what do you think about the scream? At this point, I know we've talked about it, like a month or two ago. Why did they issue an Amber Alert when they're specifically for abductions only? Well, they didn't at first, right? Or did they at first? And that's another case I'm thinking of, and they ended up putting it in. I don't know. I guess because of the possibility there was an abduction. I mean, if you look, her parents from day one have said they knew she was abducted. They never even, you remember, like Dawn said clear as day, he didn't think anything else happened. Like, he wasn't even looking into even that she wandered off and just wondered and, got lost or something. he said as soon as he saw the boys down at the creek, he knew she was abducted. And he's really never wavered on that. He says it like he was there. I know, that is my problem, Yanni. It's like, dude, you cannot be certain. You just can't. People enjoy judging and don't realize this is real to her. Well, I mean, if you watch that video I played at the beginning where she was all upset when she found out about the domestic, I mean, you could tell it was really emotionally affecting her. And I think all the attention from the internet and just, I think that it would be affecting her. It makes sense that it is, which is sad, but I mean, I don't know what to do because people judge, and it sucks. People are rude. They look down their noses at people. They have preconceptions of what someone's like, and they don't even take the time to actually learn if they're correct. You know how people are. People are just shitty people. And then you throw in the situation of a missing baby and like this kind of, I don't know, situation. Did anyone notice Hunter said to Chris M. that he was up all night on the 14th, which makes me wonder, were they all hanging out the night of the 14th? Something happened to Summer, hence Grandis ER visit the next morning. Now, Amber has actually really been thinking about the idea of her going missing the day before. And I've seen a few other people who have kind of thought like that. Me personally, I don't know why. I just feel that it was the 15th because they have to know all these stores and stuff they went to have cameras and stuff. There's got to be a way that eventually, once they have all the data, all the cameras, like all the footage, I mean, that they can prove that one way or another. Could the car be two different colors of the vehicle Jody Sue saw that day? Could be. Shoot, you see cars all the time, like, a red hood or a red tailgate and yellow doors, or you know what I mean. Oh, thank you, dudes. I love West Virginia. Hey, West Virginia. She immediately told Candace when she first encountered her at the bottom of the hill. Oh, thank you. Interesting. See, that makes me believe it even more, even though I believed it. Just in my gut, watching her news interview with her kids, I never had the feeling that they were being dishonest. Very strange to dismiss the scream and footprints as evidence. Now, I don't know much about the footprints. I've not seen anything concrete about it, so I never really looked in, like gave it too much weight. There's so many other things that we can look into, I don't know, but I want to know more about that. I believe Jody Sue too. It was a faded red. So that makes me wonder why Candace didn't bring up the scream in her first interview with the news, and why Don didn't bring it up in his interviews. You know where I heard him say something about it, I believe? On a YouTube thing, like a phone call or something that either someone posted of him from YouTube. Like, I don't know if he knew that they were recording or not, but it seems like it was like a phone call. And he mentioned it like dismissively in a way. That's like the vibe I got, but I don't know. It's been a while. Jody Sue is beautiful and 6 foot tall. Have you ever done a deep dive on Allie's friend Leslie? No, I haven't, Mr. Tomato Head. Is that one that we should do? I need to write it down if it is. I want to do Allie and Hunter anyways. That's my next. I haven't done that. I've guest on with Amber and Kelly, kind of talking about some of the stuff with Hunter, but I haven't actually done like a full on investigation type deep dive like I like to do. And I think that I want to do that as far as not only their interviews but their social media and the places where they communicate with Candace on social media. I think that'd be interesting to see, to really kind of map out. Does Lawson say the footprints are unfounded, though? Has anyone heard that? Does anyone know if that video of this swim hole was actually that day? And I guess we don't know that, you know. I know that a really good friend of mine, Woofy, was able to get the URL times, like the URL code, and figure out what time it was posted, but not what time it was filmed, you know. I think that would have to be taken from the phones. The police know. I go back and forth. I don't see why they would lie about it, though. I think Candace got high and forgot about Summer, and somebody next door neighbor, maybe, not Jody Sue, took Summer. Three people heard it. I would say it happened. Just my opinion. Why wouldn't Candace mention a scream? That's a really good question. I know, that would be. You'd be like, oh my God, that, you know, then the neighbor heard a scream, and they said a horrific scream, not just a scream. They described it as animalistic. Jody Sue has been very clear that she told Candace as soon as she saw her that day. She may have even said it on one of her recent lives. Thank you, why not? I will take your word for it because you said that you watch her a lot, so you would know. I mean, I'd love to ask her myself, but I've tried messaging her myself. But I know it's went to message request. So, and you know, also, I know that she calls a lot of YouTubers tragedy pimps, and she's not been treated the kindest. So I can understand why she wouldn't want to answer me. But if she would, and if you ever see this, you will only be treated with respect and kindness here by me and the people in my chat, whether they agree or disagree. I've never seen law enforcement even by the footprints. I could have missed it, though. Me neither. I've not seen really anything besides like people talking about it in here. The scream does make sense with the timing of the milk jug video of them minutes away from home and all that made up things Candace says from that point on about planting flowers and so forth. And think about if maybe there was some kind of dry drowning, or I know that you guys have seen that spot around the seatbelt. I mean, and she looks pale. Could she have an injury and she could have bled out? And Candace found her and it was too late. She'd either drowned or, you know, dry drowned or bled out. Why did Hunter, why are we, okay, this is something that really, it bothers me. I've mentioned it over and over and over, and I'm not going to stop. Hunter said that she was underwater for like a minute at first. Then like he changed the time to like 15 seconds. Regardless, she had to be rescued. That's a big deal. And like I said, you guys think about it. What are the chances of one freak accident happening in your life? What are the chances of two on the same damn day? Statistically, that just makes no sense. And I love science and math for that reason, because it's so, I hate doing it, but I love that it exists because it gives us a way to prove things and show with evidence and working through, you know, like 2 + 2 is always 4. It's just definitive. And I don't know, I feel like science and math, yeah, you guys know what I mean. I just think statistically that makes no sense, and I do put a lot of weight in things that can be proven. There we go. I love Jody Sue's Facebook pictures and videos. Some of them I put on my Facebook for Oh, that's cool. If Summer was abducted, why would they send the boys out to look? Wouldn't that be putting them in danger? Hey, Pink Dahlia. Oh, I thought you were in here earlier. He probably was. And then I believe there was a scream, so wonder why Ronnie Lawson wants to deny it. Is he covering up something? Jody Sue, her son, and her daughter heard it. I would like to think that all three of them aren't going to lie about it. I think Candace doesn't want people to believe it because it doesn't fit her narrative. The morning after she was missing, they issued an Amber Alert based on information they received the night before. I feel it was on the 15th too. I think Summer made it home that day also. I do too. Well, I want to show you guys real quick before we go to. I don't know. I'm wondering, Southern Mountain Girl. I believe they do. Well, I mean, they've mentioned it at the end of the year last year. They did do some kind of press release that they had a lot of evidence from the data they collected. I just don't know if it had been processed yet completely or not. Jody Sue connects the screen to C, yelling for Summer, so it makes sense the two could be connected. Something happened on the 14th. Summer in critical condition. Okay, let me show you guys that picture I was kind of talking about, because I do have it saved here of her, zoomed in on the seatbelt. With her looking so pale, it's the only reason I've even really thought about this more than once. That's not zoomed in. You can still see it though, right under the belt. There's a 2-inch spot, but I have a way better picture where you can really see it. Somewhere, I might have deleted it. Nope, here it is. So, do you see what I mean, that red spot? This is a new outfit. This was a brand new outfit. It had just been put on her after the swimming hole. They didn't eat. They had a slushie, but that was before, right? So, surely they didn't have that anymore. Skittles wouldn't do that. I don't know, you guys. It's weird. Look at that beautiful baby. I love that picture just because she looks like just so full of energy, like the way she's smiling and just excited and full of life and love, and just those red dress photos are some of the best ones of her. I don't know. Even the laying on the milk, I don't know. She was hot, so she was in a bathing suit earlier. Then she was cold, so they put on the new school clothes outfit after swimming, and there's already a stain on it. And then she's cold, so she lays against cold milk and is able to rest that way. Because I know Bentley, I don't believe that he could lay his face on a cold thing of milk, especially if he's already cold after swimming, and be able to rest. I don't know. Law enforcement never dismissed the footprints. They've never commented on them one way or another. Jody Sue and David Radar confirmed them. Thank you, Mr. Tomato Head. So I guess before I do the friend, Mr. Tomato Head, I need to do the video on Hunter and Allie. It's going to take me some time to go through their Facebook accounts and stuff, and then we'll watch their interview. Yesterday with that ex-FBI agent, she said that if it's abduction, it is by someone who the Wells know. Ooh. Candace didn't bring it up. Maybe she wasn't home the time of the scream. I guess Candace can hear what she wants to hear and process. Her first interview, her first interview seems like my children when they're trying to convince me they didn't do. I totally see what you're saying there. She didn't want to do the interview. You guys remember? I mean, social media was pressing her. Why isn't this mom speaking out? Why are you not begging for your baby? Where are you? And eventually she did do it. And social media still had it was still like a back and forth with Candace. And then she went on the interview room, and I swear that just did a whole 180. People, even I looked at her differently after that. Kelly, I'm going to write that down and I'll try to find it. And if I do, I'll try to see what I can find on it. And if I do, I'll send it over to you. Candace said she was inside, so she didn't hear the scream. So she is saying she was inside and Summer was outside. That's opposite of her current story. Wow, good point. And she also, now Dawn has come out and said in a recorded call I played on this channel that that the police had an issue with her timeline and that she was missing a lot of time and that she forgot that she did laundry and lunch. Which, lunch? I don't know. That was weird, but... Oh, Mexie, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. You keep up the great work. Mexie's been doing some stuff with Summer actually recently. You guys should go check it out. I find her terrifying. Thank you, Mr. Trainer. I'm going to have to skip through some. I hate missing comments. I really like to see them all, but I wasn't able to watch while the video was playing. I got super behind. Just because a channel says the footprints are real does not make it so. No, but what I'm going to try to see if I can find any statements by police to the news or anything like that, which I swear I think that we would be able to, I don't know. I'll see what I can find. Oh, thank you, Wicked West. You're amazing too. Time does the JS say they heard the scream? She said a couple hours before. I don't know if she gave the exact time, but it was just like a little while before Summer went missing. Thank you, why not? I didn't see any planted flowers anywhere on that property. I wouldn't throw in that theory in this case. I would just tell the truth. Less problems to deal with. I didn't either. There's no such thing as dry drowning. Okay. You can inhale water in the tub, swimming, whatever, and then hours later drown from it. It happens. It may not be common, but it happens. Around 4:30. Thank you. She figured the time out based on messages she was having with Andy. Can you mention other creators here? Yeah, you can mention other creators as long as it's nice. I have a hard time seeing them allow this circus to go on over an accident. People would understand if there was an accident, so why go through all this? Well, I've thought about that too. Hey, Beth, but I wonder this. If there was an accident, maybe with CPS already involved, or let's say there was an accident and maybe it wouldn't have killed her or whatever, but it did because Candace was too messed up to parent and maybe was away for a couple hours and it was already too late or something. I don't know. One problem the kids had to figure out in math. It was 2 + 1 = 7. It was a 5th grade problem from the Engaged New York math system. Huh. I don't know how to prove that's true. They probably assumed she had just wandered off at first. You don't stage an abduction to cover an accident, and they would have still cried and been upset. Andy was on video the entire day. Thank you again, Mexie, for that. That was really sweet. I appreciate that. So after swimming, H and Summer both being wet, how can those Skittles look so untouched? Would they not be melted and or wet? I don't know. Has anyone actually seen the pillow that was brought up for her to sit on? I haven't seen a pic of it, but I think Kelly said that you could see it a little bit because we've talked about that before. Maybe in the video or something. I'm making it great. I will not give up. Good, Grandma. Good, Grandma. Don't give up. And we got you back. Do everyone in this case have cars? Can you get the vehicle descriptions and photos? This truck doesn't look like Grandma's truck. I've thought that too. Yeah, I bet you we could, because I was able to get the vehicles owned by the people we did the background searches on. We were able to look at sometimes pictures, VIN numbers, all that stuff. I wouldn't even be setting the milk on the seat like that. I know. Very weird. What do you guys think about the thing around the belt buckle? Law enforcement said numerous times that she was last seen outside the home. I've seen them say that, but I think that I've seen them say contradicting things as well. It would be interesting to get every statement they've given since it started and then go through them in order to see how things have evolved. Now, 8 months in. Maybe I can do that. I've seen the flowers in a pic. They were in a pot next to the cactus. Flowers? Or was it succulents? And could find evidence. I researched dry drowning and could find evidence for it. Could not find evidence for it. Huh. I think in that interview, Hunter meant he was up all night the night before the interview. I've read articles about people that do it. Let's just Google it really quick. Oh, thank you, Mexie. It was Amanda S. who think you can see a corner of the pillow. Okay. That was on when we did that panel together then. Okay, hold on. Let's just do it. Let's just look ourselves right now so that we can just get to the bottom of this, because I've heard of it happening to people. And my dad has really warned me. My dad's a very cautious person. And he's always worrying about stuff like that. And he's an educated man. He's a chemist with a degree in nutrition. So I don't know. Let's just look. Specific germs in the water. There's things, now I don't know how quick that would happen, but there are things like brain-eating amoebas and stuff that in fresh water will swim in your ear and can kill you. Absolutely. It's not common, but it happens. And it will kill you. It'll give you bacterial infection. That's another thing my dad warns me about. Okay. Dry drowning. Dry drowning occurs when a child inhales water through the nose or mouth, causing a spasm in the airway and difficulty breathing. The drowning is called dry because water does not enter the lungs because of spasm of the vocal cords. Lightheadedness, sleepiness. Let's see. What is dry drowning and is it real? Dry drowning is not a real medical term. All drowning events require water. Still, there's a kernel of truth in the concept. Separating fact from fiction, the Cleveland Clinic. Here we go. It's because it does require water. It's not dry. It's just, well, let's wait and see. Dry drowning this is from the Cleveland Clinic. Well, it's from Very Well Health. It said medically reviewed. Yes, okay. Dry drowning is a dangerous situation that occurs when water causes the air passages to close. It can cause intense coughing, difficulty breathing, loss of consciousness, or death. Dry drowning is a type of drowning in which the lungs of a drowning victim don't have water in them. Sometimes dry drowning leads to death, and according to Unity Point Health, it's identified in approximately 10 to 20% of those autopsied after drowning. It refers to an acute lung injury caused by water aspiration that would develop over minutes to hours after exposure and could progress to respiratory failure. So see, it could happen hours after exposure and could progress to respiratory failure. So drowning is respiratory impairment that develops due to being submerged or immersed in liquid. We know that. Then we have fatal drowning, non-fatal drowning with injury, and then without injury. So all drownings, dry or wet, occur in some type of liquid. There is water in the lungs with wet drowning, and there isn't water in the lungs with dry drowning. Symptoms of dry drowning: low energy, chest pain, difficulty breathing and or irregular fast breathing, trouble speaking, that's cool. Trouble speaking, the appearance of the chest sinking in, pale or bluish skin color, diminished alertness or unusual behavior. Wow. Coughing that does not resolve within a few minutes. Causes: with any type of drowning, liquid submersion or immersion leads to a deficiency of air and reaching the body's organs. The cause of death in any type of drowning is a lack of oxygen to the brain. This occurs whether or not the water fills with lungs. When water irritates the airways, a spasm of the vocal cords that prevents water and air from getting into the lungs can occur. Dry drowning occurs to that spasm. I can't say it. The most common places that adults drown are rivers, lakes, or in the ocean. Causes of dry drowning in children. The most common cause of dry drowning in older children is swimming in a swimming pool. When a pool is not gated or fenced properly, children may simply jump in. Okay. When considering prevention measures for dry drowning, it's important to understand that it may only take a minute or two for death or long-term damage to occur. So, I mean, that shows you. Let's see if anything comes up, like any articles of kids that it's happened to. The Mayo Clinic has some stuff on it. Secondary drowning. With so-called dry drowning, the water never reaches the lungs. Instead, breathing in the water causes the vocal cords to spasm and close up. I'm going to put dry drown. I really want to see if we can find an actual anyone this has happened to. Secondary drowning occurs in 2.5% of all submersion incidents. And she was submerged. Remember, Hunter said that she had to be saved. So, What was the temp of the water that day? Not the actual weather. I don't know, but I know at that time of year in Tennessee, it gets pretty daggone hot outside. So I'd say the water was pretty warm too. I swam in some questionable places growing up. It's not uncommon. Yeah, absolutely. 2 inches of water can cause dry drowning. My mom was in hospital. She took a drink and aspirated, then went into code blue. Oh my God. The water was cold. If it was June 15th, it takes time for the water to heat up. You recognize it by your child complaining of being super tired, wanting carried, and passing out. Jeez. I read about a drink called lean. It has codeine, cough syrup, pop, and candy. It also known as twisted tea. Wow. See, I know what lean is because Lil Wayne was like my favorite rapper, and he had a really bad addiction to it. I mean, horrible addiction to the point where it destroyed his stomach and everything. And yeah, they take like codeine, cough syrup, that has, what do you call it? It's also like a nausea pill. Oh man, what's it called? Anyways, it's what's in the codeine. It's in the codeine syrup. Promethazine, codeine, candy, Sprite, and they drink it. Yeah, yeah. I do know they found like twisted tea from the gas station, like beers, I think, at the swimming hole. Thank you, Wicked West Paranormal, for being here. I so appreciate it. Maybe it was hypothermia, not dry drowning. Well, let's just look at this picture of her again, okay? Because Vinegar, that's one too. But no, I was thinking of promethazine. Yeah. Okay, so let's think about this, what we just read about dry drowning. Now, this is not really my theory, but it's still interesting because if you look at the picture, which, let me say, the picture has a filter on it. And I don't know where the original non-filtered photo is. Because if you look at this versus the video, it's just, you can see there's a filter on one of them. But she does look pale, and I don't know, to be that tired to where it doesn't bother you to sleep on something cold like that. So it's an interesting theory. Hunter saying that, I don't know. I would love to hear him tell now what happened that day. Like, just to see how he would say things. Oh, I didn't see. Let me go back. Yeah, Benadryl. I think that Shanann Watts sometimes would give medicines for them to go to sleep. It was in the 70s that day, 79 in Kingsport. My cousin died after being in the ocean. His organs shut down fast too. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Wow. It's crazy. That's why I tell you guys all the time, tomorrow's never promised. You never know when it's going to be your last day, or your parents' last day, or whatever. So that's why it's important to really live a life that you're proud of, be a person that you're proud of, treat people with kindness, and you know what I mean. It's just, life is short. Hey, Goose. Could twisted tea have been code for code? It could have been. Very well could have been. Those Skittles in the sea along with the soda was out there for the video of summer. Yep. And you can buy Skittles that look just like regular Skittles. You guys, I'll post it on my community page. I went in to a vape store here in North Carolina, and they sell the Delta 8 THC. They sell that in Tennessee too. And I do know I've heard that that Candace smokes it, but I don't know. But anyways, I want to show you guys how it looks. These are Trolley gummies, and they have like the cherry bomb, the peach rings, like a few different kind. I showed it to Kelly, but it looks like regular candy. It looks like you're buying a pack of gummy worms in the gas station. And they do make Skittles with Delta 8. Now, would Delta 8 hurt a kid? Like, it's weed, so I doubt it. But still, you never know. Also, because Delta 8 is naturally occurring in the weed plant, but it's in such small amounts that it has to be basically farmed and grown specifically to produce a lot of that cannabinoid Delta 8 THC, which is a different cannabinoid than your usual Delta 9 THC, which is what the normal one that you're used to. But anyways, who knows if when they're farming this or growing the plant to produce a specifically abnormal amount of this cannabinoid, maybe it would have something toxic in it. I don't know. Really could be very easy for a child to mistake it for the original candy. Yep. I'm going to post it as soon as we get off this live, you guys. Be looking for a community post from me, and I'll show you. And then I think today we'll probably wrap this up because that interview that I wanted to watch with Jody Sue is quite long, and maybe I can get my own interview with her, but I don't know. And then then in the next few days, we're going to start in this Allie Hunter, possibly Leslie road. Jose even. Oh, thank you, Tisha. That's so sweet. Alex, I know the edibles. Good, Grandma. Wait till you see this. This was alarming to me because I have a 13-year-old and he loves junk food. And he will walk right in, like he would grab and he wouldn't look. It's so, besides the sticker on it that says that it's Delta 8, is so small, he would never see it. It looks just exactly like a regular bag of Trolley peach rings and Trolley cherry sours or whatever hanging on the thing. She would not be poisoned on Delta 8. Y'all are way too behind on the information in this. See you later, girl. We've been covering this case in getting down to the details since the very beginning. And you don't know that, actually. Like I said, Delta 8 is naturally occurring in the plant, yes, but it's in such small amounts that they have to be farmed. I know what I'm talking about, trust me. Look it up. It has to be farmed specifically in a way that will produce a high enough amount to even do anything to you because it shows up in such small amounts. So it's not naturally occurring in the way that they're still having to genetically modify it. Meaning, we don't know what's actually possible if you think about it. Yeah, you will test dirty on a drug test. I wonder if any search dogs went to the swim hole and swap evidence from them twisted tea cans. I doubt it, but I wish. Yeah, they're new people. And plus, if you think about it, like, if you don't really get down to, like, there's so much. You've got to get down to, like, specific details on every part because there is just so much information. It annoys me, too. I know what you mean. That's funny. I will test dirty on a drug test, but no CPS is taking my kids. It's legal, and you don't need a prescription from a doctor to consume it. Yeah, you're right. And also, I don't know about in Tennessee, but in West Virginia, like regular THC, the which would be the Delta 9, is not it's not legal, but like it's decriminalized, and also they won't remove kids over weed. Only like, hard drugs and, not over weed. How much do you really need if it's administered to a young child? Probably not very much. And I don't know. We don't know what kind of reaction she could have. Typically, I would say weed couldn't hurt anybody, but it's possible. I wouldn't want to rule that out completely just because it's weed, because there's so many variables. Like I said, just the fact that it has to be done a specific way to have enough Delta 8 to even for people to feel it is something that makes me think it could be possible. My theory is now organ trafficking. I think the people they are involved with are in that sort of thing. Wow. Dang. I'm looking into medical marijuana as soon as Kansas legalizes it. That's awesome. I think you should. I think it's a miracle. Well, you know what? The other day I was on Cher's Lab. She was making gummies. This is so incredible. I've got to tell you guys. So there was a girl on panel who works in an Alzheimer's unit. She said that they had 40 patients that were on antipsychotics, and that they changed every single one of those patients onto CBD. It was more expensive, but the families wanted to pay for it out of pocket because it would be better for them, better quality of life, because antipsychotics make people, sometimes they kind of zombify them, sometimes they make them grouchy. They really affect your mood, personality, and all of that. So they successfully transferred all 40 of those patients over, and they're all doing really well. And none of them are on antipsychotics anymore. Hey, pointer lover. This is exactly why the live is good. We all have theories, information, and we can offer to each other. We are just here for the children. Absolutely. I love that too, because you really can learn and, like, I don't know, in ways that just like pre-recorded videos, you don't get that community aspect of like interaction. That's valuable because you can learn a lot from each other. May have been given to her because they didn't seek medical attention and was trying to keep her from feeling pain. Possible. It could affect her breathing. You're right. It would. It really could. It could that's what it would affect, right? It would start to make her breathing less, more shallow, or however you say that, like the same way that opiates do. Something about those kind of drugs, whether it be opiates or, yeah, it is a gift from the creator. Something about them does like slow down the respiratory system. A lot of downers do. I think the Skittles were CBD Skittles. Well, okay. I'm going to hop off here right now. Before I even go smoke a daggone cigarette, I am uploading this photo of the Delta 8 candies that were here in store where I'm at. And I want you guys to see that. For the next show, we'll come back and talk about it a little more. In the next one, we're going to get into Hunter and Allie. Very possible, good grandma, or some other pain medicine that she had gotten at the hospital that day. Oh, thank you, Sky. Thank you so much. And I am so sorry you got timed out earlier. As soon as you said it, I knew it had to be an accident, because just having you're in here a lot, and actually nobody's rude in here most of the time. Most people, there's trolls sometimes, but most of the people that come in here are really awesome people who just want to talk about the case. Could be good grandma. Summer had not been fed that day, allegedly. She hadn't, Deanna, you're right. So they went to Sonic, okay. This is a problem I've had since the beginning, too. You take her out all day long, and you don't even get her food at Sonic. You just get slushies. Now, Could they have gotten gas station snacks or something? Maybe. And we know that Dawn now claims that Candace forgot she made lunch when they got home. So did Summer eat lunch? Because that's not part of the story. I need to know. That's what I would love to ask her that. She forgot about lunch and laundry. She did that once they got home that day, right? Before Summer went missing. Obviously, before she went missing. So does that mean Summer had lunch? And if so, what did she have? If you eat it like candy, it absolutely will hurt a child. They forget to breathe. Big problem. Emergency rooms. Kids eating CBD like candy. But could it be fatal? That's what I'm curious. That's what I would be curious to know. Because I've never heard of marijuana killing anybody. The Quran tells you for every illness and disease, you will find a cure in nature. So cool. Ooh, I love natural medicine. Remember, I told you guys, my dad, he's a chemist, but he takes no medicine. He takes supplements only, like tons of them. But he's in his 60s and he hasn't been to the doctor for like 30 years. It's crazy. What's wrong, Sky? Oh, awesome, Patty. I'm glad you like it here. In Tennessee, the good drugs are all electronic prescriptions only. They stopped off a handwritten prescription. Huh. Opioids and depressants, and they may have dosed her, and her breathing may have been so shallow, maybe why she looks so pale. She does look pale. She does not look like she's feeling good there. And then the laying on the milk says that even more, right? Candace added lunch and laundry to fill up her timeline. Can you believe that? And that is what it is, because Dawn was talking about the stuff that was deleted off of his phone. This is in a recent phone call that was published. I played on here, but I don't. We talk about it like so many different. I don't know when, but he said the police wanted him to go back through the timeline with Candace. Her timeline was off and it wasn't making sense. So he wanted to use his phone to be able to see exactly what time this happened, what time that happened. Well, supposedly when the police extracted their data, it cleared everything off their phone. And I've heard that before in other cases. I have heard that before. I've seen people say, oh, that's bullshit. No, I've heard that before. There's a certain way when they take the data from your phone, it will delete everything. Or what if the police do it on purpose, intentionally, so you can't go back and look at the times of things. But anyways, then he says, well, she had forgot that she had done lunch and laundry that day. Lunch and laundry? Hell, you guys didn't get home till 3:30. And then you did the flowers, took the groceries in, fixed her knee, and then Summer was out of your sight 2 minutes and she was gone. So when did lunch happen and did Summer eat? He sounds like my mom. That's so cool. I've heard of it, but rare, I think. Too many candies. Probably. I'd say that might be possible. Oh, thinking about why she didn't. I know. Oh, thank you, Deanna. I'm happy that you're here. And you're awesome. All of you guys are awesome. Yeah, baby. Okay. I'm guessing Summer never had a decent meal. She asked more than once to eat. She is 5. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Me and Bentley go out to do, like, seriously. Let's say we go out, we have, like, maybe I have a doctor's appointment. We have to go to the grocery store, run by the post office, and whatever. Doing those couple little things that may take a couple hours, half a day, we have to bring a snack bag. And we stop too. Like, we're constantly, It's always, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, or, having them in the car doing errands and stuff, I don't know. It just makes it easier if you can give them a snack. I don't know. Your sister's dog started to eat a joint, got to the vet just in time. Oh my God. It probably would have been okay, but.
Mommy, do we have one of those lotto things where we can't take the lotto and die?
No, a boiled water advisory. No, not right now. Here, you can play your arcade game if you want for a minute. I'm almost finished. I bet you they would be able to taste it if they did. Were those slight on the seat possibly candies from the smoke shop? That's what I'm wondering. When you can, check your DM. I sent you an interesting article about Delta 8. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Goose. It was lovely being here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. What a fun morning. I so appreciate it. Sorry, that was really loud. My dog ate a full package of edibles thinking it was the best night of its life. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I better go. I'll see you guys soon. I've got a lot of things planned, so just make sure your notifications are on because YouTube sucks and they don't notify people. And other than that, I'm trying to get to the bottom of the comments and let me think. Anything else planned? Oh, I do have a members only video I'm going to post, and I'm going to post a pre-recorded video about the Brian Laundrie autopsy. There's a couple little things in there that I want to talk about, but I do know a few of my friends that are covering that pretty close, so I wanted to wait a couple of days and let them do their lives and their videos on it, and then I'm going to post it. So keep your head, keep your eyes open for that too. Yep, absolutely, April. Claims she had seen Jody Sue at 3:30. Jody Sue has proof she was up at the cabin until she went down around 6:15 or so. My cats are always trying to get my herb. Sweet sativa. Hey. I've been looking for you, Sweet Sativa. Where you been? No. That's sad, Rana, getting in trouble for being hungry. Thank you, Kelly. Oh, we're going to come over to your live at 1 o'clock. Kelly has a live for the summer as well. Yeah, she absolutely could have. All right, you guys. You get no notifications. Oh, my God. Anyways, okay. It's really hard to say bye. You keep... For one, I want to see all the comments. I like to talk to you guys. Sometimes there's really important stuff in there that, thank God if I miss it. Usually one of my mods will let me know. But sometimes you get important comments. I just like to interact with you guys. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. So I want you to know that I care about what you have to say in the comments and all of that. So it makes it hard to get off here. But now I'm finally at the bottom. And yeah, I really do love and appreciate you guys so much. And I hope to see you over at Kelly's in a little bit, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.